Hi, my contribution to the Babylon will explain why freedom of speech is essential for universities. Universities are the only institution in society that are, or should be, dedicated to the pursuit of truth without fear or favour. We can't leave that task to any commercial organisations because their objectives are always mixed up with a profit motive. And similarly, think tanks are often beholden to funders and political parties. So universities are special places. But that's why academics claim a special kind of freedom. Academic freedom, the freedom to research, write, teach, and speak freely in the pursuit of truth. And it's precisely because pursuing the truth is very difficult that we need this freedom. First of all, the truth is not at all obvious. If it was, we wouldn't need universities at all. It is hard to establish the truth, and in many disciplines, there's not even agreement on how to pursue it. The correct route to valid knowledge itself is contested. Should we pursue scientific hypothesis testing, or rely on the interpretation of text, or defer to individuals' lived experiences? None of these methods are perfect. So we need the freedom to explore different routes to knowledge, and we need the freedom to debate which route is better. That requires freedom of speech. Secondly, we also need the freedom to debate the findings arising from these different methods. The scientific method doesn't assume that there's some magical process that produces absolute indisputable truth. Quite the opposite. Sadly, that is the implication of a lot of the discussion of the science during the COVID-19 pandemic, as if the science is a set of indisputable truth carved in holy stones. No, the scientific method isn't like that. It involves academics sharing their methods and findings and then subjecting them to rigorous and ruthless debate. Other academics might show that the methods were wrong or question the interpretation of the findings. Others might demonstrate that there's a better approach and debunk the original propositions. Even if the objections turn out to be rubbish, science still benefits from the debate because we all gain what J.S. Mill called a livelier perception of the truth. We understand better why the original findings are strong, and we discount a different alternative. Finally, universities need free speech because it is essential in the training of young minds. The purpose of a university education is, or it should be, the development of independent thought. We should want graduates who don't accept things on the say-so of authorities, who ask critical questions, who can think for themselves. The only way to develop these skills is to expose young people to the widest possible variety of ideas and encourage them to debate these ideas rigorously and vigorously. They cannot develop these skills if they're told what to think, or they are banned from discussing or hearing certain ideas. Indeed, doing so teaches students the wrong lesson. It teaches them that authorities, whether professors or student activists or the government, get to decide in advance of anyone hearing it what is true and what is false. It teaches them to accept the power of authorities to dictate the acceptable limits of thought. And it treats students as incapable of using their powers of reason to distinguish truth from untruth. Immanuel Kant defined the Enlightenment precisely as the rejection of this approach. He defined the Enlightenment as our emergence from a self-imposed immaturity, our inability to use reason without the guidance of another. The slogan of the Enlightenment, he therefore declared, was sapere aude, dare to know, have the courage to use your own understanding.